Bernard?
Fell asleep again.
Oh, I must have done.
Some tea there.
Do you think Dermot really will be able to help?
I hope so. I feel a lot better after I've spoken to him.
What time is he back in his office?
I said sometime this morning.
I just can't understand why they kept him in the cells overnight.
Me? I don't understand anything.
Right old mess, innit?
More ways than one. My brother only got back from hospital about 3 hours ago.
Oh, how is he?
He's busted his ankle.
Well, I'm grateful to him anyhow.
How is David?
He's hurt his wrist. He's not going to be much use to anybody today, I'm afraid.
Yeah, well, to be frank, there isn't really enough work for you both. Sorry.
I understand.
Any news of that Dingle lad?
No, I've heard nothing.
Right, we'll get on then. See you later.
All right.
Oh, Caroline.
Were you expecting somebody else?
No. This was a nice surprise.
It's not a bad time, is it?
No, certainly not.
Are you sure? Because I can always come back.
Caroline, there could never be a bad time as far as you're concerned.
Oh, wear it you smoothly. Can I come in?
Yes. Well, I suppose you heard all about the fun and games.
Yeah, only it didn't sound much like fun to me.
It would have been fine if they'd organised themselves properly. Tea?
Thank you.
My name's going to be Mud.
Why?
I own that field.
Oh. Were you there when the trouble started?
At a rave? No, not likely. But I'm sure I'm going to get the blame. I seem to be the pet whipping boy for most things that go wrong round here.
Oh, perhaps I don't know you well enough.
You're so sweet.
Me sweet.
Excuse me. Oh, Jim, come in.
Morning.
Morning. You were expecting someone else.
This won't take long. Perhaps we could meet later.
It doesn't matter, Eric.
Of course it does. Lunch at the Woolpack?
All right, yeah. Bye.
See you later.
Hope I didn't interrupt anything, Eric.
Morning. Morning. Everything all right? No, not really.
There was a bit of trouble at the rave yesterday. I'll come through and I'll explain it all to you.
Right, OK. I'll go and open up.
Thank you. Oh, yes. The police, they're going to come round this morning. They want you to make a statement.
All right.
You look a sight.
Oh, thanks very much. Can't even get up the stairs to have a shave.
Well, you could do that down here.
And will you fetch me old kit? It's in the bathroom.
No, I know where it is.
So did it? Just a bit. Will you put kettle on?
Yeah, of course.
They should have stopped it, you know.
I know.
I mean, the police were there. I warned them. I knew something was going to happen.
I ain't seen hide nor hair of the Dingle family for years.
Yeah, well, they've certainly come out of hibernation now, haven't they? Got the scars to prove it.
Yeah, thanks for looking after our David, by the way.
Tell you the truth, I wish I hadn't bothered. I'm just sick to death of coming second best all the time. It's one thing after another. This family is cursed.
Oh, God. You're not going on about that again.
What do you call it?
I call it feeling sorry for yourself. I call it sitting around whinging when you could be pulling your weight around here.
What, with a busted ankle?
Oh, I'm talking about before that happened. You've been like this for months. I mean, I'm trying to run a farm, make a living and keep a business going. My wife's away, my baby's ill, could be dying. And all you can do is sit around and moan about the curse of the bloody Sugdens. You know what the curse is, Joe? You are. You're the curse. Here, shaving kit. I trust you can manage to hop across to the sink and do it yourself. I've got work to do.
See you, Joe.
thank you. What have I done to deserve that?
Just being here.
Easy as that, eh?
Absolutely. Now, I've got something to tell you.
Do you think we'd better cool it for a while?
What?
The ski slope.
Oh, why?
Well, after last night's fracas, I'm not sure it's the time for a major development. Public opinion's bound to be against it for a while.
Well, there's no great rush. We just have to put it off until it all blows over. Which it will do.
Okay.
Now, listen.
Why does Eric Pollard want that field?
To build himself a house on. If you would kindly give me your undivided attention for a second, I have some important news.
What?
I built the church for our wedding.
Really?
Well, when I say church, I mean cathedral.
Which cathedral?
Oh, just that little one in Ripon. What's so funny?
You are. You can't resist it, can you? The big event. You should have been a showman, Frank. You'd have been in your element.
I'm not doing this for me, Kim. I want you to have a day that you'll remember for the rest of your life.
We could be married in Ripon Cathedral or a dog kennel. I don't care about where, just who.
I don't like it, Eric. Don't like it at all.
Jim, it was just a bit of fun.
It might have started out like that. But look what happened. Fights, police. It's all over the papers this morning. Rioting ravers go on rampage.
Oh, come on, you know how the tabloids exaggerate.
I can't afford publicity, Eric, and neither can you. This is only going to work if we do it very quietly. Once people find out what we really want that field for, we're done.
They won't.
They will if you go drawing attention to it.
All right, you've made your point.
I hope so. Because if there's any more nonsense, I'm out. And you'll be stuck with a field that's as much use on its own as a chocolate teapot.
Oh, hello, Jack. Step in.
I just wanted a quick word with Ned.
Well, we're having us breakfast.
Yeah, no, sorry.
All right, Jack, what's up, mate?
I've been thinking things over. I know I said I wouldn't need much help, just a bit now and then. But I've changed my mind. I can't manage on my own.
And with your brother out of action.
I was just saying about him.
Yeah, well, there's a job going. Permanent. Now, I can't pay much, because it's been a hell of a winter. And you know better than me what it's like trying to make ends meet in the Dales these days.
Oh, not half.
So, there's not a lot of pay. But I could help with accommodation.
Oh, aye.
And my mother's got a little cottage next to the doctor's in the village. And she's not using it, so if it helps, you could move in there, rent-free, as part of your wages.
Right, we'll have to have a little chat and a think about this then, Jan, won't we?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, why don't we just...
Hang on, Jack. I'll come and see you later on, I'll let you know.
Right. I'll see you later.
See you in a bit.
What's all this about a bit of a think? I mean, what's to think about?
There goes a desperate man. And a desperate man might pay a few quid a week extra, my love.
You crafty beggar.
And then Ben Dingle starts driving his car around the field.
So he was at the wheel?
Yes.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, he tried to force his attentions on me earlier.
You mean he assaulted you?
No, he was just acting the lout. He stuck his tongue in my ear, the creep.
Right. Okay, go on.
He was roaring around like a maniac. I mean, it's a wonder he didn't kill anybody. And then Dave Glover said he was going to call his bluff.
So those were his words, eh? Call his bluff.
So he stood in front of the car to get him to stop.
But he didn't.
He wasn't going to. That's when Joe got hurt. Joe Sugden. He shoved Glover out the way, and that's when he got hit.
Right.
I've spoken to Ma.
All right. How is she?
Fine. I told her to expect a visitor.
Who?
You. There's no point you being here while that gets better. And I've enough to do without being a nursemaid to you, so you might as well pack your bags and go and keep Ma company.
Looks like I don't have much choice, doesn't it?
That's right.
You took me out.
If you want to look at it that way.
Well, I'll be very happy to go then. Because I'm sick of working myself to death here for little money and even less gratitude. Being with Ma would be a real joy compared to sharing this place with you.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you said that, because that's exactly how I feel.
Good. I'll go then.
What, now?
Yeah. I wouldn't stay here a minute longer than's necessary.
Caroline, I've been through a lot in recent months. Rumours, unwarranted gossip about Elizabeth and I. Our friendship has become very special to me, and I think it'll be all the stronger for complete honesty.
That's nice.
How's Nick?
Oh, he's up to his ears, but he and Alice seem to have settled down again.
Good.
In fact, they're so wrapped up in each other at the moment, I'm feeling like a spare part. I was wondering, actually, whether to go back to Scarborough for a few days, check how things are with Mum in the nursing home.
How is she?
Doesn't even know who I am anymore.
What happened last night?
How should I know?
Well, it's your field, I gather.
Yes.
So it's your responsibility.
How can you say it's my responsibility? I wasn't even there.
You should have made sure there was adequate security.
Rachel! Look, I let Luke and his chums have the field for a bit of a party. I wasn't to know it was going to turn into a riot.
The McAllisters are worried sick. Luke's still being held by the police.
Rachel.
Oh, how's Joe's leg?
Oh, it's giving him jip. Can I have a word?
You see what I mean about getting the blame for it all? The youngsters moan there's nothing to do around here. You try and help, and that's the thanks you get.
Does he water all them by hand?
No, he's got this sort of pipe that... Jack, you haven't asked me out here to talk about hanging baskets.
No. I want to ask you a favour. Would you mind moving? Out of Ma's place and into Joe's?
Why?
Well, you've met the Glover family, have you?
Well, yeah, I've seen him.
Only it looks like Ned Glover's going to come and work at Emmerdale. At the moment, they're living in a caravan, all 5 of them.
Must be a bit cramped.
Very. I mean, they got turfed out of their place. They rented a farm the other side of Robblesfield. Until their landlord decided that golf courses pay better than farmland. And at the moment, I haven't got very much money, but...
So you're going to offer them accommodation, is that it?
Yeah, well, I've spoken to Ma.
Well, what about Joe? I mean, does he want me moving in with him?
Well, the thing is, Joe won't be here.
Then he grabbed Luke and swung him round onto the boot.
And where were you?
I was trying to help Mr. Sugden.
But you saw it happen.
Clearly, he threw him backwards onto the boot of his car and started hitting him. Well, Luke put his hands up to protect himself and caught Dingle.
Caught him?
Yeah, well, he was defending himself. Ben Dingle was beating him up.
Please, Dr. McAllister, if you could just let your daughter answer.
Sorry.
Go on, Jessica.
Well, that's about it, really. He threw his hands up to fend off Dingle's punches and caught him. Accidentally.
So where did he catch him?
In the face.
You're sure about that?
It was his nose. There was blood everywhere.
Right. OK. I think that'll do for now. Thank you, Jessica. We'll be in touch again later on.
Are you sure you wouldn't like a cup of tea or something?
No, Tar, no. Must get back to Houghton. Thanks for your cooperation.
What do you think the charge will be?
Sorry, it's impossible to say at this stage.
I don't understand it. I mean, I know how hard you've got to hit somebody to knock them out.
Me too. Nevertheless, he did.
You have to charge him soon, don't you?
Well, we can keep him for 24 hours. He was arrested at 4:34. I'm sorry, it's just a matter of waiting. Thanks again, eh?
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You know what tomorrow is?
Thursday.
Good, yes, apart from Thursday.
I do, actually.
What?
30 years since the death of Ian Fleming.
Hey?
I remember that because I was reading Dr. No at the time.
Frank, August the 12th.
The opening of the grouse shooting season. The glorious 12th.
Oh, yes. When the chinless wonders of the hunting, shooting and fishing brigade go charging around the countryside, firing off guns.
Yeah, well, I think that's a slightly jaundiced view, but yes.
I can't stand them, Kim. Any of them. Overprivileged jerks. They ought to try working for a living.
Frank,
Sorry.
you don't have to like them to relieve them of their money.
How?
By reopening the game farm?
Well, I must be off, Eric. Got some shopping to do in Leeds.
Have you thought any more about Scarborough?
We'll see.
You could do me a favour, save me going into Leeds.
Oh, how?
Pick up something from the jewellers. I'll give you the address. And just say I sent you. It's only a small packet.
What's in it?
Oh, just jewellery. Nothing exciting. Mainly paste. Deceased effects. I sent them in for evaluation.
Oh, I see. Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. Bye.
Bye.
Granted it's a money spinner, but who are you going to get to run it instead of Seth?
Why does it have to be instead of him?
2 reasons. He's too old and he's too useful at the heritage farm. Him and Samson. Major tourist attractions.
So, we'll find someone younger and fitter.
Not too young and fit.
Why?
Because the book I was reading after Dr. No was Lady Chatterley's lover.
Now there's a thought.
Right.
What?
Tell me what happened.
Oh, we just had a bit of a row, nothing new.
Jack says you're leaving. That's new.
I'm not leaving. We just got a bit steamed up. Said a few things, best left unsaid, but I'm not leaving.
He said that he's offering the Glovers Mars Cottage.
You're gonna have that lot moving with you?
No. I'm going to be in your place.
Where will I be?
In Spain.
I've told you it was just a heat of the moment thing. I didn't mean it.
Well, maybe it'd be best if you did go.
I see. You're trying to get rid of me and all, are you?
No, I'm thinking of you, Joe. You've been so defeated recently. I don't know, it's not like you. I don't like it.
So much has happened since that plain fellows. Just been stumbling from one crisis to another.
Sometimes we need to take a good long look at our lives.
Meaning?
Maybe it'd be best if you did go away. Leave Emmerdale.
This farm's my life. I spent the whole of my adult life trying to prove it isn't, but it is.
And it always will be. Wherever you are, you'll always be able to come back.
Yeah, well, one thing is for sure. Jack doesn't need me here. We just seem to rub each other up the wrong way. Always have done. And can't nursemaid me with this on and run the place on his own.
What are you doing?
Ring the airport.
Where's Jess?
Having a lie down. She didn't get much sleep last night.
Yes, well, who did?
What are you doing?
I'm going to phone the hospital. I know the A&E consultant. See if I can find out about Dingle. Yes, hello. May I speak with Mr. Travis, please? Not in. Right. Well, look, this is Dr. McAllister from Emmerdale. I'd like to make some inquiries about a patient that you have. Yes. Admitted yesterday afternoon, man called Dingle, the initials B. Right. Yes, right, thank you. Well, could you ask Mr. Travis if he could phone me at home as soon as he gets there? He's got the number. Yes, thank you. Nothing.
The flight's at 8, and I have to check in by 7. Yeah, right. Thanks very much. Bye.
How are you going to get to the airport?
Well, it's funny. There's this new thing, you know, where you ring a number, a man comes along, you pay him some money, and he texts you. It's called a taxi.
Yeah, very funny. What about the other side?
There's taxis in Spain as well, you know.
How are you going to manage with all your bags?
Well, I'll think of something.
You don't have to. I'm going to come with you.
Don't be silly, you can't.
Yes, I am, just for a few days. I'll make sure you're all right, and I'll be able to see Annie.
Rachel.
No arguing. I've made up my mind.
Rachel. Look, I've never said this to you before, but if I ever had a daughter, I mean, a daughter of my own, I hope she'll be like you. Ah, oh! You hurt my leg.
Sorry.
The flight's at 8.
Oh, right.
So I'll go and pack.
I'll run you to the airport.
No favours, Jack.
Well, it's the least I can do.
Oh, you want to make sure I've gone, eh?
Joe, I'm sorry. The things I said, I shouldn't have. But I'm under a lot of pressure at the moment. Well, you know what it's like. I still shouldn't have shot my mouth off like that. I'd rather you didn't go.
Jack, listen. I've realised something this morning. Ever since the day I was born, I've been living in your shadow. I've been trying to be better than you, because that's the way Ma and Dad put it. You were always brighter than me. You're always quicker, stronger. I mean, nothing's changed.
But he beat me on one score.
How's that?
He's got more hair.
Yeah, well, I says maybe, but look, seriously, if I was to stay here, I'd always be competing against you. I'd be trying to be better than you. I mean, hardly a week goes by without us rowing about something, and all that's got to change. I've got to go away and sort it out. I mean, all of it.
It won't be the same without you. Have a good rest and come home soon. I'll miss you. Come here.
How are we going to get to the airport?
We'll get a taxi.
What?
Yeah, I'm going with him, just for a couple of days.
Yeah, well, that's daft. Why pay out money when I can take you?
But you've always said you're up to here with work.
Well, I am.
Well, don't be so obstinate.
Obstinate? Me? Well, that's a good one.
I'm not hungry.
Come on. Starving's not going to help your brother.
I'm sorry, I just don't have any appetite.
Neither do I.
Could be Dermot. Or Guy Travis phoning me back.
Friend of your dad's at the hospital.
Hello? Yes, it is. Right. Right. Thank you very much for phoning. Yes, goodbye. Ben Dingle's dead.